Hey everybody, it's Big E here. Welcome to another edition of Big E's YouTube channel where we do stupid shit. Anyway, so I was smoking meth with my best friend Pirate Steve the other night, and I got an idea. I wanted to put a spoiler on the shithawk. So was looking at prices of stuff, and you guys know what this stuff costs. It's not cheap. You're talking a decent one, you're looking upwards of $250. Well, you know, that kind of money kind of breaks into the fact I can't buy freaking hookers and cocaine anymore if I got to spend that kind of money for a spoiler. So I did a video on fixing holes and cracks on fiberglass. So I apparently I dropped a really big freaking hit of acid and decided I was going to build one. Well, how are you going to do that? Well, I don't know if I'm going to get it all done in one video, but we got started. So what I'm going to show you is what I have so far is I made one. You can use RAM board. This is actually poster board that I got. Okay, and I actually made the spoiler out of that. I doubled it up, taped it all together, measured everything, checked the radiuses, bent the angle I think that I want, which we can change before we finish out the fiberglass part of it. So what I want to do is, I'm going to preface this with saying it's an experiment. I'm not even 100% sure this is going to work. In my head it works, but until you actually do it and you start working with it and see how it is, you don't know for sure. But I'm thinking if I use this and I put about 3 or 4 layers of fiberglass on here, that it should work. You know, it should be solid enough when it dries and cures. So I have this laying here. I'm going to take you down and you just be looking at my hands right now. Okay, so right here, this is our spoiler here. I'm going to see if I can turn here a little bit, if you guys can get any more, and it's not working, but that's all right. Here's our spoiler. I'm going to put it back over this. I don't have high dollar camera stuff. Like I said, I got to spend all my money on meth. So anyway, so this is our spoiler. So here's a mixing thing. I'm using a fiberglass resin, okay, which is also, I'm going to mix with the clear hardener that you mix with it. So we're going to go ahead, and you need a paintbrush for this. So I'm going to show you how to put in the layers of fiberglass here, and hopefully it doesn't get too messy and crazy. So I'm going to go ahead and dump some resin in there. Hopefully that's enough, maybe a little more yet. I'd like to do maybe 2 coats tonight and then see how it is in the morning. Like I said, we're not going to get this done today. This isn't going to be a one video deal. This is going to be a couple parts to this because it's a time. So we put a little bit of hardener in there. Maybe that was too much, but whatever. So now we'll go ahead and we'll mix that up evenly. Okay, you can smell it's mixing up. It actually gives off an odor. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint, if you will, the resin on my poster board paper. Okay, I should have put some newspaper down, but I didn't. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to paint this resin on. Okay, and we want to get here as well where I have it bent for the mounting tab. Okay, so you want to do that. So this might take a little bit of time, guys, but it's actually going not too bad. So what I'm going to do is, once I get the first coat down here of resin on here, which I almost have it on. Now, I did change my design of what I originally thought for a spoiler, because I did look online at some images for road racing spoilers, and I was going to do something that went over the side of the car, and I decided against it because it creates drag. Not that we're going to be road racing, but okay. So now I'm going to go ahead. We're going to put our strips of fiberglass in. Now, if it overlaps, that's okay, because we can cut it, grind it, whatever. So I'm just going to put that in there for now. Hopefully I have enough strips cut. So the challenge is going to be this here. I probably should have wore gloves. A lot of good that does now. Okay, so we have, make sure we get coverage here. So we have the basic shape here. And we're going to have to cut some of this, but that's okay. It's overlapping, and I was expecting that to happen anyway, because it's just with all the curves and contours and everything that was there, I'm not surprised. That's why I'm probably tonight we're only going to do one or two things of fiberglass. So I'm realizing I'm short a strip. I'm going to go ahead and take my cloth here, and I'm going to cut a small patch piece here. So that way we can get this filled in. And we still need some, like I said, this is going to end up being very time consuming more than anything, but that's okay. Okay, so we got some more stuff cut here. And if it overlaps, that's okay. So now what we want to do is, you want to dab this on top. Okay, you want it to get in between there, in between the fibers, I should say. And it's gonna, so it helps bond it, but then also what it does is it's going to like I said, and the thing too is it's starting to harden, so I'm gonna have to, I might have to move it along here a little bit, so bear with me here. That needs to get out of my way. So we're gonna try and get this to work with us here. We're going to have to mix some more up so we can finish this layer. It's really sucking it up because everything's porous. You know, that cloth is extremely porous. And the thing too is you can smooth it out to a point until you get to where you hit a corner. And then you're going to want to go back to dabbing that. In the center, I want to make sure it gets good, because that's where and here where I'm going to use is the mounting tab, because obviously that's going to have a lot of pressure and stuff put on it. So I'm going to go out here, and since it's not fully cured, I'm going to go and mix up some more resin. and that way I can finish this up. And like I say, it's not this I'm gonna do, and it's not gonna be dry until tomorrow morning. So what you see here is not gonna be where I'm pressing pause and coming back with some big thing. It's making like I said, this is a chemical reaction that has to happen, and therefore it's going to take how long to do that for this. So I'm going to move this down so you guys, I don't know if I'll be able to get back in the camera here with what I'm doing, but basically what I'm doing is the same thing I'm doing before. I'm just, you know, globbing on the resin, for lack of a better term, to get this to stay, and hopefully get the second layer on of cloth. So bear with me a minute, and then when I get this done, the dabbing on part, I'll pan the camera over what we have, but yeah, it needs to be really in there, so that way it holds all the, because like I said, it's fiberglass, and it has to bond in and of itself, or else it basically won't stay together and it'll just fiber apart. So Sadie, please.
Hi.
So we're gonna tap this in here. I'm hoping I have enough resin for this. Like I said, this is gonna be a project of patience, trial and error, because now, even though, you know, we have this here, it's gonna take how long? Like I said, this is gonna take overnight till the resin and the hardener react and dry to where it's enough that you can really work with it. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and go over this with the resin. I'm unlikely what I said about putting a second layer on. I probably won't do tonight. I don't know, it depends how this looks then. But I will go ahead and show you guys what we're up against. See, it's all cloth, and it doesn't look uniform. It doesn't have to be, as long as it's in there. You got to get it in the fibers of that stuff for it to work. So anyway, I think that's going to be part one of the video series. Part one of, I don't know, building a spoiler from scratch. I don't know. So anyway, like and subscribe. And if you like it, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. And we'll see you later. Watch out for each other. Take care of each other. We'll see you next time on Big E's.